Well, imagine waking up one morning only to find out that apparently you've travelled to an exotic Middle Eastern location and assassinated an alleged arms dealer. Well, that's exactly what happened recently to a number of individuals from Germany, France, Britain and Australia. And as with any great spy thriller, there was a twist. They were all dual nationals living in Israel, and their identities had been used as cover by the real killers. Here's Trevor Borman with our report.
In an Arab city full of Western faces, they didn't look out of place for a moment. Dubai's airport is a nexus for world travellers, and on January the 19th this year, an unremarkable group of foreigners arrived bearing fake travel documents. The man in the blue tennis gear is masquerading as Australian Joshua Bruce. He arrived hours earlier on this passport. Soon he and the rest of his group will be exposed as assassins, and Israel's feared spy agency MOSSAD will be in the sights of investigators.
Dubai being a very small place, filmed on each and every corner, they got a movie.
The Arabs have caught up with technology. You just can't do this stuff anymore.
You can't risk them on this sort of operation where they get blown for taking out one terrorist.
This is the spy story that could well spell the end of old-fashioned cloak-and-dagger espionage. Technology has always served intelligence agencies well. But here in Dubai, it's the spooks, it seems, who've been outfoxed by high-tech surveillance. For Hamas arms dealer Mahmoud Mabhouh, it was meant to be a one-night stopover in the cosmopolitan Gulf city of Dubai. The Palestinian resistance fighter was known to MOSSAD for buying weapons from Iran, and notorious also for kidnapping and killing 2 Israeli soldiers in 1989. This is the Dubai police version of what happened, recorded on CCTV. Mabhouh arrives from Damascus mid-afternoon and is watched by several operatives. The man in the baseball cap goes by the name of Australian Adam Corman. As Mahmoud Mabhouh arrives at the hotel, another man travelling on a fake Australian passport is waiting. Dressed in a blue shirt, he and a pretend tennis friend follow their target to his hotel room and report his room number to fellow agents. The operatives book a room opposite, and still more agents move in. And when the Hamas man leaves to go shopping, he's followed every step. Back at the hotel, 2 pairs of executioners arrive, and out of camera range, they manipulate the electronic lock of the room to lie in wait for Mahmoud Mabhouh. In the final minutes of his life, the Hamas official arrives back from his shopping trip and into the ambush of 4 assassins. Police think Mabhouh was disabled by an anaesthetic and then smothered. But in the absence of signs of a struggle, for days police thought he'd died of natural causes. And with agents safely out of the country, it seemed the perfect hit.
We're looking at a new world. This world is a highly technological world, and On the one hand, this high technology has stopped a lot of crime and terrorism, and on the other hand, it makes the life of anybody that fights terrorism just as hard as it is for the terrorists.
MOSSAD headquarters is a highly secured compound north of Tel Aviv, where only discreet filming can evade security. Neither the organisation nor the government it's answerable to will ever confirm or deny responsibility for any mission. So I've come to meet former agent Rami Igra in his office in Tel Aviv.
Mr. Igra, tell me what you can about your past with the organisation.
I'm a pensioner, that's all.
Okay. I want to ask you about...
Rami Igra's difficulty is that he's sworn to secrecy about his MOSSAD past, but he's agreed to make some observations about the Dubai hit.
Once a team like this starts working, it is very easy technologically to trace them at each and every point of the whole maneuver. Our message, the fact that Israel has might, and the might is military and other, is known across the world. We don't have to advertise. This is a well-known brand name.
The international espionage community is trying hard to figure out the Dubai operation. Intelligence agencies like Britain's MI6 are abuzz with chatter and speculation after the killing of Mahmoud Mabhouh, and their former operatives are reflective about their own work.
Well, British intelligence has never carried out assassinations. And in fact, going back to the 1930s, there were even two plans to assassinate Hitler. In 1938, permission was refused because it was believed to be counterproductive. You're just creating martyrdom, you're creating that feel of persecution, and in the long term, that's negative.
Harry Ferguson is the former MI6 spy who now writes books with tips on how to lie without being caught and how to follow someone without them knowing.
In one sense, this was a successful operation in that they took out the target and all their operatives got back to Israel and are now safe. And the fact that such a large team was used would tend to suggest that they've had to move at very short notice. I suspect the commander was Mossad, I suspect the support staff were Mossad, but the guys with their feet on the ground who it was known were going to be photographed, I suspect were probably military.
Through dogged detective work, Dubai police matched the faces captured on CCTV cameras with passports. And with identification software, they built up a murder story. With help from Interpol, they found most of the fake passports carried the names and details of real people living in Israel with dual nationalities. In the case of the Australians, the photographs of the real passport holders had been substituted with photos of the spies.
Every citizen is in a way seen as somebody who's part of the national force, and therefore if you've got a passport, I think the attitude of the intelligence services there is that's an asset we can use.
I've come to the Tel Aviv home of Australian passport holder Adam Corman. His namesake was an agent who kept tabs on Mahmoud Mabhouh in the last hours of his life. Adam Corman is lying low and has not spoken to the media.
Hello, Mr. Corman. I'm sorry to trouble you.
I'm not Mr. Corman.
Oh, okay. Is Mr. Corman here?
No, he's not here.
Is Mrs. Corman here?
No, she's also not here. And I don't think that I can help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
A neighbour told me the man I met was Adam Corman. Another neighbour told me it wasn't. In Israel, identity can cause great confusion. There's no evidence the Australian passport holders were complicit in this affair. But I've been told there's a system here and it works something like this. If you're an Israeli with 2 passports, be that second passport British or Australian, you can be approached by an official. You're asked if you plan to leave the country in the next 12 months or so. And if the answer's no,